Welcome back. We're here to cover the karmic third party. And for those of you that don't know, I am going to be your host. Now, there are some subjects really coming up for this karmic third party, and it does really feel as though they're going to have a heck of a lot of faith, or they're going through a spiritual awakening. Let's take a look. Now, yeah, it was really kind of odd. Now, some of the things that I did pick up within the context of this read was quite spiritual in nature, which does kind of make sense. We're going to quite be forced to have that, especially in the context of these upheavals, changes, and revelations. Now, this has been a long time coming, and I do think it's not just for the karmic third party. I do think it is for the collective. However, this is going to be the update about how they are handling it and what directly is going down. Now, I do think for some of them, it could be that something directly has happened to them, or in their mind, they are actually trying to have the courage to deal or tackle or face fears associated to this. Now, I do think this has quite a large signature, either relating to a karmic relationship. That can be a marriage or a physical contract and money. Okay. This is something that is quite large that is coming through to me. Now, we do look to the crowning energy, and this person is really, and it makes sense with the sun there, it makes sense with the blue, is because by now, theoretically, we should be getting further away from the shadow, moving into the midst of a brand new beginning. However, this can be this moment that all of a sudden we can feel as though we don't quite trust the decisions we previously were really pondering over. And that, in a way, is perfectly normal. The notion of the eclipse in Pisces and Virgo is quite psychological in nature and critical. And there can be habits and problems linking to where the nodes are currently sitting. And that can be because we do directly second guess ourselves. And I'm looking at this person's energy in the crowning energy, and they're looking to the future and they're like, do I trust myself? Do I trust that this is the correct decision? It's almost like this psychological entrapment, that we're in this room full of glass kind of mirrors. And it's like, I thought I was going left and that was my exit. Then I was going right. Where am I? How do I get out of here? This feels very psychological and very frightening for the karmic third party in this instant. Now, there could be some things both to do with their family and to do with co-creativity and having faith in themselves, where they're having to go back into a circumstance. There's a lot of heaviness here. And there could be some things that were very unhealthy. Okay, they're taking me backwards further. For some, it can be either with a parent figure, with an ex, or with their childhood. And they're showing me this card dropping down to a 6. Now, I'm noticing the hands directly over the heart chakra, where it comes to sustenance. And I do, on this occasion, feel this person is quite detached. Now, we're going to take a close-up look. Usually, my guides will hone me in on a particular thing. This person is looking down. The emotions are neither happy nor sad. And from that, the first thing that's been shown to me is a person that is quite detached. And this doesn't mean to say this is the analogy of this card. This is what psychically is being shown to me. The person is looking down, quite detached, maybe adhering to their responsibilities, but there appears to be, from what they're showing me, something that was quite toxic that was done. And this person either is having this come back up and it's sort of like karma coming to bite you in the butt, or it's this revelation of, oh gosh, did I cross my T's and dot my I's? Did I do the right thing? They're also referencing something quite horrible and hard that was within their childhood, but they do feel as though they are moving into misfortune moving forward. I don't know why I'm hearing the term judgment. I'm actually looking to this next card here. And it literally looks like a person standing on a tower looking down at a person being judged. I do get a Scorpio here. I do get a G. I do get protection, desiring protection. Somebody spying. This literally feels like somebody is being brought before court. And again, this is not a legal reading. Somebody has a big question mark over their head, covering all things Venus. All things Venus of what was done. I'm hearing it's between them and Gaia, although it does appear to be that it's coming down into the 3D. And they may want to stop this, but this could be part of their destined path. This could be something that is meant to come through and you know, to have faith in it is so that they can actually break that karmic cycle, even though they might not look at it as that. I do feel for some there could also be this feels like a breakup, a breakdown, having faith, having to move forward, a falling apart. They're wanting to go to the other side with a pure heart. They're having an opportunity to rectify old situations. Somebody could be giving them some advice, and this advice could be it's like they know that it's correct, they know that it's right. But this person seems to be shying away from it. They know that this is going to take them into the light. They know. I also feel it could be that for some, they're maybe because of their conditioning and their circumstances, they did have to grow up too quick, and there was codependency when it came to relationships. And so this fear-based frequency could be coming through because the person does want to leave. And they know that it's the right thing to do. They know that this path isn't for them, but for some reason it keeps pulling them back. And they're ignoring the red flags. They're ignoring it, but they know they're not happy. They've had this guidance. They're being asked to move forward, but they're holding the power within their hands of what they do, like a pendulum swinging, but they're not having faith. I'm hearing the term not wanting to miss the ship, but missing the ship. Wow, this person really doesn't have any faith in themselves at all. We got the Phoenix heart and the Cosmic heart, and both of them are in reverse. This person actually doesn't feel that this connection's for them, even though they want it. For some, I think it's also that they don't feel there's anyone else out there. They actually do not, they believe sometimes that love is toxic and it shouldn't be there. For some, it also can be that it has nothing to do with love. There is a codependent reason why they're together, and it may not be in a romantic sense. They know that this has to be addressed. I've pulled 3 chakra cards. Now, what they're not seeing is wherever this is stuck, something is not stopping this from happening. They're saying they're getting the PDF now. They have an opportunity to shift things. They have an opportunity to bring things to light, to discuss, to act, to deal. But if they choose not to, they're actually showing that between now and mid-September, no choice will be given. And they may not like that process as much, but they are asked to take action in the correct way. Maybe giving what they never received, but doing something in the correct way. Or I do feel some action could come to this person instead of for this person, especially with the outcome card involved. And it might be something they really don't like. Well, we have had some changes on YouTube. Some of you gradually, more than likely, especially for those of you that have followed us for a while, we are having some changes. Now, it is going to be to the way our content looks. It's also going to be the style of content that comes to you, as well as our feed. Now, our feed is going to be hosting information content. It could be some psychic predictions, astrology, and I'm going to itemize these things as well as webinars and events. So stay tuned for it. Keep an eye on it as it does transform and transition, and I will keep you in the loop. As to bookings, you can visit our website, and we do have 3 style bookings. Video conference call used to be Skype, it's now Teams, but we may be finding another network. Telephone or pre-recorded. Separately, the super chats are hosted via YouTube. We have 1 a month at this point in time. If you do catch me on a live, you are more than welcome to ask me after the session if I do have time, as we are going to start covering the astrology again. As to our new content, as mentioned, I will be working on it in the background between now and next year, and there will be anything down to evergreen content that you can refer to for your path in a very spiritual way, down to your twin flame path, astrology, spiritual resources, and more. And we can have courses and e-learning linking to that. So stay tuned. Otherwise, if you do want to join our membership, you can jump online and sign up for that for our second round offers. I will see you next week. I hope you subscribe and tell me how this reading resonates if you have been in the loop. We'd love to hear.